Hey guys, RT here, and I'm here to talk about this, the Morakniv Companion. So, a lot of people will not look at this too favorably because it's only 15 bucks. $15 is awfully close to gas station knife territory, right? Where it's this cheap, blunt, bad steel, shaky blade, loose handle, and all that stuff. This though, you're getting a lot. Um, these come from a place called Mora in Sweden, and with their company started in like 1891. But that whole region has about 400 years of metalworking, knife making, and other things. So a lot of skill is condensed in that region. And yeah, you can see they really put their time and effort into this design. One of their regional cultural knives, they're often carried in a leather sheath like this, or the more modern one like this. You'll notice that the hilt is all the way down here though. And this is because it's based on the traditional design where you slide the knife into your belt and carry it, and you don't want it to pop out or fall. So it's more secure. Yeah, there are tricks and stuff to draw and use the knife from these bigger sheaths, but for most systems, and these are meant to be carried like on your gear or in your belt, visible, and it's difficult if you stick this into your belt line to draw an ice pick or similar. So you're welcome to experiment with this. It might be perfect for you, and it is. It's not a bad sheath. It's just a simple plastic hard sheath for good luck. But if you're like me and you have a specific way you like to do things, check out some of these custom Kydex sheaths. This one I got for 30 bucks, and yeah, now this $15 knife is 45 bucks together. But ooh, what an advantage it gives you. Check this out. First of all, I'm locked in, and the width difference is noticeable. Right? It's not the same length, but the benefit is I can get my whole hand on it now. There's even a little nicely put thumb push, help you get the knife out. I have this rigged up with paracord so I can put it in my belt or wear it inside, and I have this little tail wrap around to give it some extra support. This thing is light enough now to be a neck knife. However, I don't really like having strong paracord around my neck. I think in a bad situation, if you're fumbling and they get the idea that you have a neck knife, all of a sudden that paracord's gonna be used on you. So I like to go, belt appendix area. If I do a belt knife, I have it rigged so that it'll break off. So it's an extra step. Not ideal. So these knives though, they have a good high quality stainless steel, right? Now, one thing that's gonna catch people is they're used to getting a full tang knife. A knife where, the whole blade goes all the way down at the very end. Often, hammered in, or with knives, usually there's pins. This only has a 3/4 tang. So that means it goes down to right about here. However, that does not make this a weak or easily breakable knife. In the videos I'm going to be posting inside the comments, you're going to check and see that this guy in the video is putting this Morakniv into a hardwood log, and he's using like a fish bat, so that's like a small baseball bat, and hitting it right on the connection of blade and handguard and on the tip. And he's hitting it over and over and over, probably 100+ times. And before that, he's prying deep into wood, breaking it. He sticks the knife in and bends it this way and this way, and it goes past 45 like a decent sword. I'm even more impressed. I expected this to be quite rigid. If you look at the spine, it's not thin. That's because this is a knife, cultural knife used to do chores, skinning, cutting things, preparing wood. So it's a tough knife, and it's also very sharp. All good things. So when you take that into account, the strength of this, and when it did break from all the repeated abuse testing, they used super glue and fixed it. So if you're in a survival situation, this is excellent. The handle too is pretty good to me. It's got like a nice sort of rubbery feel to it. The pommel here is nice and wide from my thumb. There's no spike. There's no abrupt turn up or down that hurts me. I feel very comfortable fighting as I like to fight, ice pick. Also, this knife is incredibly light. It's like the same weight as a pack of playing cards. So if you wanted to go and get a bigger knife, let me just show you the difference here. When a lot of people think of fighting knives, they think of something like a K-bar, a military service knife. A lot bigger, right? A lot more heavier too. About a can of soda or a can of beer. And this is about 1/3 that weight. So this is almost effortless, and it's very light on your body all day. This is an awesome tool. And yes, you can fight with these big knives. And I'm sure, there's plenty of military stories of that having occurred. But this also has to do multiple roles. It has to be a tool that can dig and pry stuff open without breaking. It needs to be heavy and needs to not have a possibility of, easily being messed up. So it's a tool first, and it's a backup emergency weapon second. This is a weapon first, to me. It can be primarily used as a tool as well, but you're using it to process soft things, hides, sticks, a little bit of prying, digging around, cutting your food. It's made for meat and bones and skin, and it will work very well for that. And it's strong enough that yes, you can hit and dig in and twist with different motions, pry in the body, and you're not going to be let down. It's a strong knife. So for 15 bucks, you are getting an amazing personal defense knife. Cheap enough, you can give one to your wife, you can give one to your son, daughter, grandma, friends, and with some training, which most people I know that if they've watched my video, they're probably involved in FMA, HEMA, or Kenjutsu or something like that. You could go really bad, or really bad different ways in getting this thing. And just invest, get a $30 Kydex sheath, and you can mount it any which way you want. Scout carry, point down, point up, neck knife. Why not? Especially if you can't afford to buy like an incredibly expensive defense knife. Don't go without. 2023, dangerous times. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed and highly recommend. If you want to buy one, I got a link in the description, and I'm also going to be linking the Kydex guy that I got my sheath from and some other ones that are highly recommended. So enjoy and get a knife, get a more knife if you don't.